the sentencing was different back then.
Mm-hmm.
If you killed somebody back then in the 70s, what type of time were you looking at?
Maybe a 3 or 4 year continuous, and usually be out in 2 or 3 years.
For killing somebody. Wow,
That's
crazy.
why most of these cats that started in that era, most of my friends are those in that era, they have murder convictions. Then when they turned 18, they thought that the same law, because back then you could stay, if you was a juvenile commitment, you could stay till you 21. You had to. But then if you get a commitment or offense after 18, they could exonerate your parole or extend it to 25. And a lot of them got out from committing first-time murders and turned right around and committed another one, and then found out they ended up doing a life sentence. Mm-hmm.
When they became adults.
Yeah, well, they turned 18, but they already had been in jail for prior murders convictions as juvenile. And then they got out and they were still, doing what they do, and they ended up catching another murder, but this time the L come behind it, the letter, not the number.
Man, a lot going on back then, man. It's real interesting.
It really is, because back then they believed in rehabilitation for a youth, not punishment. Now they don't want to make it where you can be tried basically across the nation at 15, 14. But when do you, a child, you cast away and say he can't, 14, 13 is not no age to where you cast a child and his life away. They need to really study that juvenile fitness hearing, because it doesn't give a youth, particularly a youth of color, a chance to live. You can't have driver's license, you can't buy a drink, but you can be tried as an adult at 14, 13 years old, where usually the criminal perpetrator probably was an adult, 18 or 19, influence you in what you're doing.
Yeah, I got a friend who was 15 years old. They tried him as an adult, and he's still in jail. Been in jail over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's too much time to be dead.
Yeah.
Play around. They told me the first time I went to prison, an old BGF came up to me and said, "You got too much sense, young bro, to be up in this prison." I didn't even know what a BGF was till murder happened the next day. And he said, "You got too much smarts to be up in here. And let me tell you something, I got a life sentence." That's what he told me. And back then it was 7 up. 7 years you could be on parole, as opposed to having a number and then have to do 30, 35 years average on up. And he said, "Man, your ass will wear out before that fence will."
Mm.
And at the end of the day, 30-something years later, that fence still standing and my ass is wore out. But I didn't give up faith. I've had 2 life sentences. One in Georgia, one here. But God didn't close the door on me. He left that cell door open where I went in through the back door, but I came out the front. And so here I sit today, years later.
How'd you beat your life sentences?
By the grace of God and keeping faith, because man can take your life. Each time man sentenced me to a lifetime imprisonment. And each time God overruled them and gave me a new life. And that's why I sit here today. I don't get off into the what somebody did, what somebody's saying. I don't need the negative energy. Y'all social media savvy. I don't want to be on here. I don't care about being on no likes. I make sound bites. I'm not trying to get no likes. I'm not trying to get no show. I can host my own show where nobody could get the guests I could get. Nobody. Not on no street level. Because they don't want to be on this, most of this bullshit. Because you got motherfuckers that's twisting shit like they were there in our era, and you wasn't. See, when OG, the word OG stood for original Crip, not no original gangster. That word come from us. Then when the black exploitation film come out and Jim Brown and all them made that original gangster to make it appear that you was original Crip back in 71, 72, 73, and half y'all wasn't even born then. Or if you was, you only was 8, 9 years old. And in fact, the crowd was so small, we're going to know if you was there. And that's why a lot of times you'll see these cats talking about they did this, but they don't have other people on there to challenge them about their assertions.
OG stood for original Crip.
At the beginning,
At the
when
beginning.
it came from the west side, east side, and I'm original Crip. And
Okay.
that's what OG stood for, not original gangster. OG stood for original Crip. Then it could stand for OGC, original gangster Crip. That's what we used to write before they even had a letter A tray. It was original gangster Crip. I went to the well to get a sip when I was surrounded by gangster Crips. Although I'm barely alive to tell this tale because the gangster Crips gave me so much hell. Nigga, CC don't stand for Compton Crip. It stands for crazy Crip. I drink my Coke, I tell no joke. We kill them, you chill them, and the mortuary seals them. We were saying that in 72. And I can say it backwards. You don't hear no numbers. OGC. That's how we started on 83rd.
Did you know Nipsey?
I knew him a little bit. I knew Nipsey. I know a lot of Nipsey family and Big U and Cappuccino and Peak Windbush and what's my boy that got shot? What was his name? Crip. What'd you call him? He got shot right there with him. That's a minute ago. But anyway. I knew him and had been over there before, and the kid that wear the cowboy hat. In fact, me, Wally, we had been doing a One Brick entertainment production before we blew, and we had been over there maybe 2 days before the incident happened. Now, when we went over there and went with a camera on the property, there were weapons around, and so we had to solve that. Then a couple of days later, he was gunned down.
Yeah, okay. Well, man, this has been a great interview.
Well, I don't know, because I don't know what I said.
No, man, this was dope, man.
Thanks, man, for having us on here. And, I don't know what Marv said, but Marv's deadly too. So,
No, he was great too.
Yeah, we
insight.
live to tell about it, and we're just trying to bring, a lot of times these youths, unless they know their past, they can't know their present. Especially out here in these streets and you repping and banging stuff, you really need to know. And I can see when the youths or the old ones, man, but when a motherfucker ain't fucking with you, and you dirty macking, niggas talk shit, get closed caskets. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Well, man, once again, great interview, dog. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks, my brother.
And wish you guys success, both of you guys. I know you guys are doing your thing with the community and all that you guys got going on. It's really dope to hear about. And I just want to see you guys keep doing your thing.
I'm proud, man. Thanks, my brother.
For sure. Thank you.
All right. Peace.